Coach Greeny, welcome home for the Cougar Challenge with a 5-1 record. Are you happy with the way the Cougars are playing right now?
Yeah, definitely. Very happy with the way the team's playing. We've had two really great weekends against pretty tough competition. So happy with the results so far, but even more happy to be back home in Boulder Gym for this upcoming weekend.
So now you're at the point where you can look at film not only of the opponents, because they've played too, but also what do you look at when you look at your film and when you look at film with your student athletes?
Yeah, we spend a lot of time going over film with our players, a lot by position. Because you can also learn something from someone else in your position as well. And we look at both the good things that went well, the things that didn't go as well, and just try to learn from all those things. And it can be anything from serving to passing, defense, blocking, hitting, eye work. So lots and lots of things we can look at from film, and we definitely spend a lot of time going over not only, like you said, scouting of our opponents, but looking at ourselves as well.
You said during the tournament that obviously you had some great blocking that first day against Northeastern, 16 team blocks. And then the next day you put it together very well offensively. And you said at the end of that tournament that you still needed to come back and work on making sure that all the parts fit together. Is that just something that happens as the season progresses?
Yeah, definitely. You're not quite sure what's going to happen that first weekend all the time. And, I thought we did some good things at Purdue, but we were able to come back, work on our blocking quite a bit last week. And obviously that showed with a great blocking weekend at Long Beach. And then, there's definitely more things that we can work on. And you're right. I think just throughout the entire season, you just are building on all of those skills, trying to, peak at the right time at the end of the season.
When you have a tournament where you're going to be playing 3 matches, do you just concentrate one match at a time?
Absolutely. Yep. It's always just whatever match is next, not looking ahead, not looking over anyone, just what we can do about that very next opponent. And it is tough in a weekend where we have 3 matches and a quick turnaround, but you really have to focus on whatever is next. And then, as soon as that match is over, put that to bed and figure out what's on tap for that next match.
I had somebody ask me, and I didn't have a good answer for how do you select what teams you ask to come to the Cougar Challenge tournament? Obviously, 2 are coming from very far away, and 1 from pretty close.
Yeah, we have a great relationship with Idaho that we try and, go to each other's tournaments because it does save us a lot of money. And it's nice for both teams, to kind of have that already prepared for the next season. But as far as these teams that are coming from all over the country, we typically look at RPI, strength of schedule, how they're going to do in their conference, because that helps us overall. And we like to have teams that we don't often get to see, and I'm sure they like making the trip here out west, and they probably don't get to do that very often. So kind of a combination of trying to find those teams that are willing to come, from far away, have a great RPI, going to do well, and provide some great competition for us here in our tournament.
Speaking of RPI, once you defeat a team, your wish for them is to what the rest of the season?
Yeah, RPI is interesting. It's a mathematical equation that the NCAA uses quite heavily to get into the NCAA tournament. So, yeah, once we play a team and hopefully beat them, we want them to win as many games as they possibly can. So we will be rooting for all of our opponents, once we play them. So, it definitely helps when we win. But even, the Purdue loss, we still want them to go out and win as many games as they can.
So WSU opens Friday at noon against Maryland Eastern Shore. What do you know about Maryland Eastern Shore?
Yeah, like all these tournaments, it's, the week of we're preparing, a great team has done very well in their conference. Like you said, they're going to be traveling, from pretty far away, but they're coming a day early. So I'm sure they'll be, used to the time change and everything like that. But, all the teams we're playing in this tournament typically do very well in their conferences. And so we have to, prepare for them and be ready to bring our A game.
So we'd like as many Cougars to come to Boulder Gym as possible Friday at noon, Friday at 7:30, and Saturday at 1.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be great to be back in Bowler Gym. We scheduled it around people's lunch break, at noon. So, you can come eat your lunch here in Bowler Gym and then come back with your families at 7:30 Friday night. And then, a day game against Idaho. It'll be Junior Cougar Day on Saturday. So bring the kids, bring the family, and you'll still get home in time to watch a great Cougar football game Saturday afternoon.